Welcome back to the King of the Yard 2. This is round number 2, and I am your host, the magnificent Johnny Johnson, here to guide you through what will be going down the evening that will be before us, and it will be jam-packed. We will be having the OG Corey Graves from APW/DBW going one-on-one with another DBW roster member that had a huge upset against the King of the Mountain, Navon McDonald, in round 1. It will be the Blaze, ladies and gentlemen. And we also have from BWE in Newington, Connecticut, PJC, who picked up a big win against Zach Webb, a very worthy competitor, and he will be taking on the NUW Continental Champion, the Darkside. The boss of the sauce, Mike Perillo, will be making his return to the slaughterhouse after a huge win last week against GBYW and WrestleFrat champion Doc Holliday, and he will be going one-on-one with the Prophet of Purgatory, DBW's Mr. Judgment. And I do not envy Mike Perillo in this situation. The Hellhound, Zach Romig from DBW/NUW. He will be going one-on-one against NUW original David the S-Tier Lowell. Oh, somebody get out your bars of soap for the next one, because Dirty Decicco from UWE will be going one-on-one with the Icon from WCF, Chazz Evans. And it will be a hard-hitting contest after Evans defeated Joseph Anthony in the first round. It is being called the match of round 1, and we'll see if Evans can carry that momentum against a legend like Dirty Decicco. And for the final matchup of round 2, it will be champion versus champion, as the WCF champion, Damien, the mother effing supervillain Fatale, will take on the NUW champion, Shadow Grim, in what will be, honestly, in Johnny Johnson's humble opinion, the matchup of this whole entire tournament. You got a champion from one company going head-to-head with a champion from another company. Who will come out a victor? But starting off this show hot and heavy, a lot of guys predicted this one to be the show stealer, and we will see as Victor VanPelt from KWA will be going one-on-one with NLBW's Evan Blake, and we will see just which one of these two competitors is hungrier, which one wants to advance to round 3. And we will see it all go down right now. Now say what you will about how Victor VanPelt got to round 2. Some may say his opponent in round 1 didn't even deserve to be in the King of the Yard tournament. He was just there because he was lucky enough to win the lottery to get himself a spot in the tournament. But now, Victor VanPelt is going up against a hell of a competitor. Leagues above El Diablo, and we will see how he fares. This guy's never shy of the camera. He is on one of the biggest stages of his entire career. And he is letting everybody here at the slaughterhouse know that he is in, well, I was going to say the building, he is in the tent. He is making his presence known. But again, we will see. He's going up against Evan Blake, who's a much more accomplished performer inside that squared circle than El Diablo could ever hope to imagine to be. Victor VanPelt, very arrogant, very cocky. Some say he's got plenty of reason to be, but not Johnny. This steal from Arnold, who steals from Stone Cold. He thinks this man right here, who loves a good fight, who's never one to talk and run his gums, he just shows up and he performs. And that's why Evan Blake is my pick to win this matchup. But you heard it before, Johnny can't be biased. He's not being paid to be biased. He's being paid to call it right down the middle. So all due respect, Victor VanPelt. You're a great wrestler. You're even better at running your mouth.
What could I possibly have?
But you gotta pick. Only one man can advance to round 3. And with the heart that Evan Blake has, you can't count him out. You just can't. You gotta know that Evan Blake is gonna be in this one for the long haul. My one problem, say what you will, Victor VanPelt, he is a phenomenal wrestler. He is great. He's got strikes that can match with the best of them. But the only thing is, sometimes he just does not take this serious enough. He's always got some words for your ear, but Evan Blake has got a boot for your goddamn face.
Yes.
Evan Blake is not gonna sit here and be mocked or be taken lightly. VanPelt with the smug look on his face. Evan Blake trying to wipe it right off. And VanPelt still in the corner. Still with that smug look and talking the trash. Evan Blake is going to have to shut this man up once and for all. And another big boot. That's how you do it. You break his jaw, you get that thing wired shut. And we might all have a chance. But right now my ears are bleeding. Anytime this guy starts talking, my ears start bleeding. And now Blake off the middle rope with the springboard. Beautiful. Right down on the gut. You knock the wind out of this guy. Yeah, that's pretty much all he is. He's a giant walking, talking windbag. And now Evan Blake waiting for VanPelt to get up to his feet, but VanPelt pulling Goldface in the way of the big boot, and now VanPelt striking the knee of Evan Blake. What a bastard Victor VanPelt is. What a dirty bastard. And now he's got him up in for the tombstone, and he drops him right down on his head.
I hate you.
Imitating the king of the mountain of Von McDonald, but Evan Blake able to kick out of the tombstone. That just goes to show right here, right now, why Evan Blake is the fighter that he is.
Evan Blake.
He's got the heart, he's got the passion to kick out of a tombstone pile driver, dropping him right in his head, and now VanPelt going on the attack, kicking Goldface right in the side of the head. And now VanPelt is out through this crowd.
Where are you going? This is some shiesty ass.
What is VanPelt doing? He's got the cookies! VanPelt has a package of cookies!
Oh no!
1, 2, 3. You want some cookies, motherfucker?
And he hits him in the head with the pack of cookies. And there's a rock inside. Victor VanPelt, this whole time, had that pack of cookies with the rock inside, and he bounced it right off the skull of Evan Blake. And no, not like this. God damn it, not like this. Victor VanPelt beating Evan Blake after he hit him in the head with a pack of cookies with a rock inside of it, knocking him out cold. You see Blake twitching. He might need an ambulance to take him to St. Luke's Hospital. But Victor VanPelt, what a clumsy idiot. It's still wet here. It's still soaking the ropes. And this dumb bastard, after cheating to win, I can't even say his name. I'm disgusted that Victor VanPelt is going around 3. And I think all these people certainly would agree with me. Lightning strike me down if this man ever becomes the king of the yard. And up next, we got APW OG Corey Graves going one-on-one with DBW's hottest star, The Blaze. And this will be going down right now. And after a huge win over another competitor that claims Birth by Fire, Ustala the Phoenix, Corey Graves was able to advance to round 2. And Corey Graves is one of the most accomplished backyard wrestling performers over the past decade.
We're going to round 3.
He is very confident, extremely confident. He said that anything less than becoming the king of the yard is a failure in his eyes. He is here. He is going to be the king of the yard. But he's got an opponent that has already blown some minds and opened some eyes as to why he is the future of backyard wrestling. He had a monumental upset over the King of the Mountain, Von McDonald, in round 1. In a match that nobody gave him a chance to win. He was able to pin the King of the Mountain, Von McDonald, clean after a volcano drop. And with just one volcano drop, this man could be moving on to round 3. Forget his size, forget his age. He has experience. More than some of these guys in this tournament. He is a heavily favored competitor in this matchup, in this tournament, and not because of his size or lack thereof it. It's because of his heart. He's got the will of the people, and you can't ever count that out. When these fans have your back, when they're cheering your name, it can do wonders to help your mind state going into a matchup as big as this. The Blaze perhaps never in his whole career competing in a matchup of this magnitude. And it would mean so much if he could advance to round 3. It would mean so much for him to advance past round 3 to round 4. Imagine he becomes the king of the yard. But what the hell? What the hell is this? The Von McDonald with the boot to the face, hitting him with a boot sport. He is such a scumbag. He can't take a loss and just live with it. He was embarrassed in his own company, in his own tournament, by the Blaze, the youngest, the smallest of competitors. And now he might have just snapped the ankle of the Blaze. Cold face out here calling for help. And some of these guys out here trying to wheel the Blaze back to his feet, but it's not looking good. And this bastard once again has disrupted the King of the Yard tournament. This is the second tournament he's come out here and disrupted.
An opponent for this round 2 matchup, and I know just the person he can face. Oh, son of a bitch! Wait, I know who you're thinking.
And now Navon taking off his shirt, looking to replace the man he just knocked out of the tournament.
Me, I'm gonna step in for him.
And Navon is putting himself back into this tournament, back into this matchup against Corey Graves, where he does not rightfully belong to be. He lost the match fair and square to the Blaze, and now he's just making a mockery of this whole tournament. The Blaze had his ankle snapped. And it looks like this is about to be official. Navon McDonald officially back in the King of the Yard 2 tournament, and Corey Graves showing him exactly what he thinks about this. Graves splashing him in the corner. McDonald is down in agony, and then dropped flat on the crown of his head. Corey Graves going to work now on Navon McDonald, and then off into the ropes. Navon McDonald coming off like a cannon, hitting that clothesline to the chest of Corey Graves. And now a big shot striking him right in the face. And a big headbutt. Navon McDonald, he's been in these situations before. And a big lariat to the back of the head. But he's been in these situations before. When things don't go his way, he just switches up the rule book. And I guess there's perks to being the king, to being the boss. You get to just call all the shots and do whatever you please. And Corey Graves is feeling the wrath. Stomped out like a mud hole in the corner. And now Navon McDonald in the opposite corner, coming up with a big bony knee right to the face of Corey Graves, sending his head back. The whiplash, and now dragging him to the center and dropping an elbow to the chest. Corey Graves, one of the legends in this tournament. He's been predicted to go as far as the Final Four. And he is going toe-to-toe, standing up to the King of the Mountain, this diabolical owner of the NUW. And now Corey Graves, he's got him up and dropping him down with a back suplex. But only two. The impact on that back suplex, dropping him down right on the back of his damn head. And now Navon on the outside, getting kicked off the apron. Navon McDonald is down on the outside in front of the crowd. And now Graves is following him close behind out here. That's what you gotta do. You gotta stay on your opponent. And now throwing him off the ring post, face first. Navon McDonald might be out cold right here. But no, there is still life left inside that body of Navon McDonald. And a big shin breaker. There's a classic last resort type of maneuver Nevon McDonald has used countless times throughout the years. And now he's got him. Oh, this should be a rope break, but now slingshotted him. Face first, neck first, into that bottom rope. Good Lord. I've seen men snap their necks on that maneuver. It is dangerous. It is violent. But what more would you expect from the King of the Mountain when he's backed into a corner at the King of the Yard tournament? He can't lose this one. If he loses this one, God, Lord, help us all, because he will freak out. He will burn this whole place down. He's going to work with these strikes. Patented kick to the side of the head by Nevon McDonald. And now he is up on that apron, climbing up to the middle rope. He is up high and dropping down that elbow right to the face of Corey Graves. Corey Graves slided out, very wise, so he can't be pinned. But he's got to get back inside that ring before the count of 10. Because Goldface will not slow this count down for anybody, even if you are the OG Corey Graves. But Graves back in the ring. Still wobbling, still looking a little bit woozy. Sent off the rope and a big boot right to the face by Nevon McDonald. Followed by a leg drop. And that combination by the King of the Mountain, Nevon McDonald, he's hit so many people throughout the years with that big boot, that royal boot, and then following it with the leg drop. Hulk Hogan would be proud. And now off into the ropes goes Graves, and Nevon McDonald lock it in the sleeper hold. Classic Chief J Strongbow. But Graves got him up into the fireman's carry. Graves could be looking to finish him. And an F5, and F5 by Corey Graves. If he can make the cover, that is it. But Nevon McDonald rolling out to ringside. And I'm not sure if he did that consciously, or that was just the way he was rolling, but he just saved himself a spot in this matchup, a spot in this tournament. And Nevon McDonald is still alive. And now a slingshot off that top rope, that jaw jacker. Corey Graves in full control of the King of the Mountain, Nevon McDonald. And he's dragging him. He's dragging him. And now he's trying to pick him up back to his feet. He's calling for the end. And now Graves trying to get him up. He's got him up. And he drops him down with a power bomb. And now picking him back up. The power, the strength of Corey Graves. Dropping him with a sit-out power bomb. And Nevon McDonald still able to get his shoulder up. Corey Graves looks astonished. He doesn't know what he has to do to put this man away. And even if he does, Lord knows Nevon McDonald will probably restart the match. And now Graves picking him back up to his feet. Graves with the Irish whip. And Nevon looking for a crossbody, but Graves catching him. And now Graves trying to pick him up to his feet, but Nevon able to counter it with the big knees to the gut. Beautiful counter by the King of the Mountain, and dropping him with that double arm DDT. Corey Graves with his foot under the rope. Goldface catching it, and yet Goldface gotta be careful. You don't want to get another beating from Nevon McDonald like he did in round 1. He's only doing his damn job.
You shut the hell up.
And now Nevon chopping him down with the pile driver right on the top of his head. And Graves is folded up. But Graves, Corey Graves, the original. He has so much fight left in him. He is in the midst of a career resurgence. Corey Graves coming back from the brink of death. And now he's being kicked in the head, just toyed with, that boot brushing against the top of the head, and now he's got him in the rope, and the boss man attack right to the back of the head, right to that neck region. The impact from all Navon's body weight crashing down. And speaking of crashing down with the body weight, he is up top with the kingly splash. And now, before he even has time to argue with Goldface, he got him up for a F5, but Navon reversing it into a DDT. It is the second time the F5 has been reversed by the King of the Mountain, Navon McDonald. You cannot count out. Even though Corey Graves is a veteran, Navon McDonald has been doing it for so long, and he's been on top of the mountain, and he hits the Royal Tuner. And the music might be playing in Corey Graves' head, but it's not the music he wants to hear. It's the music of Navon McDonald, who will be moving on to round 3 after a Royal Tuner. One of the most devastating Royal Tuners. And even a little help at the end by putting his feet on the ropes. Navon McDonald. I never would have thought that I'd be saying this after the first round. Navon McDonald is moving on to round 3.
And the king of the mountain, and I'm gonna be the king of the yard.
The crowd is over here.
Shut the hell up.
But your crowd is over here.
Right, you don't even got the crowd.
What the?
BWE's PJC goes one-on-one with NUW Continental Champion, the Darkside. And it is up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, from the land of...
And somebody who was certainly impressive in his NUW Slaughterhouse debut at the King of the Yard 2 tournament, PJC from BWE in Newington, Connecticut. He picked up a huge win against Zach Webb. It was a big fight, but PJC has so much damn muscle. Getting ready for this fight, he had to build more muscle. He knew what was on the line here in round 2, and he knew who he would be going up against. And after defeating Adam Anderson in the first round, in a brutal matchup in which his eye was almost knocked out of its socket, the Darkside is back here this week. And he is looking to move forward, keep that momentum pushing. You can't slow the train down. He's being heavily favored by a lot of people making predictions of who will move on to round 3. And you can't go wrong when you pick the Darkside. He wasn't in the first King of the Yard tournament, and it's been burning a hole inside of him ever since. He's looking to make big waves in this one. And now apparently we got some type of issues with the ring. It's been raining here for almost 2 weeks now. It's been downpouring. There's mud everywhere. There's wetness. These ropes are heavily saturated. And now Goldface is here. He doesn't just count the pinfalls, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't do the rope breaks. He is here. He does it all. He cleans up mud in the ring.
Well, I mean, expect that.
I don't think the Darkside has to inspect it. It's gotta be up to his liking before he wrestles. It looks like we are finally gonna be getting this contest underway. The Darkside, PJC. And both these guys have known each other for a while. Before the Darkside even debuted in NUW, he had debuted in BWE in Newington, Connecticut, and PJC was one of the first guys who came up to the Darkside and mentioned to him that he'd love to have a match sometime in the future. But it didn't take place for years. Years had passed. And now these guys today are finally making the magic happen inside the squared circle at the King of the Yard 2 tournament. And the chain wrestling from the beginning here has been off the charts. The Darkside in control and now coming down on that arm, on that elbow of PJC. The Darkside is working that arm. And now the Darkside applying a chicken wing submission hold. One of his most classic, patented maneuvers when it comes to submission holds. The Darkside loves that chicken wing. And the PJC was reaching for the rope, and Darkside applies a double chicken wing. And then a big double knees dropping right on the back of PJC. The agony he must be facing. Darkside now working him into the corner with big forearm strikes right to the face. PJC is down on his ass, and now the Darkside with a big drop kick right into the corner. Patented by the Darkside. He has done that maneuver countless times to any of his opponents that he's stepped inside the ring with. But PJC now is not looking good in this headlock, but he bounces him off the ropes, and then it's that big cross body. PJC almost sneaking away with one, just like that, with the big cross body. And it looks like it took all the air out of the Darkside. The Darkside is swinging wildly at nothing, and now he's got him up in the fireman's carry, and he hits the JC. Big JC. And that move is so impactful.
Get back in the ring!
It's like a Death Valley driver, but in reverse. And now he's looking for the Philton. And he hits it! He hits the Philton! And everybody here is going absolutely wild, because in all of PJC's years, in all the years, numerous, he has always gone for that maneuver, that running Philton off the side of the apron, but he has never hit it once, not once, until today. But he hasn't got much time to celebrate, because the Darkside just dropped him right on the top of his head, outside the ring, onto the earth. And now looking to throw him into the pole, but PJC reverses it. Throwing him with force, bouncing off that ring post. And now positioning the Darkside back in the ring. The Darkside looks loopy. He looks dazed and confused, like he doesn't know where he is. But he's in the corner, and now PJC with a big splash. Now looking for a gut wrench, and he power bombs him down. Big impact with that gut wrench power bomb by PJC. And now PJC, he is climbing up. He is on that middle rope, and he is going up to the tippy top. Flying off, but missing. The Darkside rolling out of the way, and hitting a big super kick right to the mug of PJC. And now the Darkside is climbing up. The Darkside on the top rope. And off with a flying squirrel. He hits a beautiful flying squirrel to the chest of PJC. And the disbelief, the shock from this crowd that wasn't it.
Want to see him die?
PJC has heart. He has fight. Everybody respects PJC. Yeah, he's a little bit unorthodox, but that's what you love about him. And now, looking for the Taco Buster. PJC hits the Taco Buster, and this is it. But Darkside, desperately, with both hands, like his life depended on it, grabbing that bottom rope. He knew exactly what was on the line.
Gimmick drop!
And now PJC going for a gimmick drop. And this could put it away. Mocking the Darkside's pose.
Today, I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin. I weigh in at 225 pounds. Mr.
Wait, no, he has to finish out the time.
Kennedy!
What the fuck?
And the Darkside with a kick to the gut. And a twisted mind, dropping PJC right on the top of his head. And that is academic. The Darkside will be moving on to round 3. A big fight from PJC. He put all his effort into this one, but it will be the Darkside after a twisted mind. Moving on to round 3.
Raise my fucking hand. Raise my
What a fight! What a battle between these two men.
Alright, baby!
PJC is going home, but he is always welcome back at the NUW Slaughterhouse. If he can walk, if he can still move his neck after being dropped down on top of his head. And the sportsmanship shown by PJC is what makes him a top-class competitor. But the Darkside will be moving on. It will be the Darkside going to round 3. The boss of the sauce, NUW's Mike Perillo, goes one-on-one with DBW's Prophet of Purgatory, Mr. Judgment.
Well, I'm sitting here one fat spot for my
I've said it numerous times, and I'll say it again, goddammit. This right here is one of the most beloved wrestlers in the entire industry today.
From the other side of the track.
And he is making the people wait, building up that anticipation. He knows how much they love him. He knows how much they want to see him. They paid their money to come see the boss of the sauce. And now Perillo.
I was in there trying to use the bathroom and you hit my
He coming from the kitchen. Well, apparently he was baking something else. Baking brownies, not cooking any sauce, but he's got the sauce right there. And Mike Perillo is officially under the tent. That's like in the house, but we gotta say under the tent. Cause we ain't in a house, goddammit. We ain't in a building, we under the tent. This king of the yard. And Goldface looked like he was stuck inside a dryer and shrunk down 3 times his size. But he can still do the job. And now Perillo making a fan at the NUW Slaughterhouse. As if he didn't have enough already. Perillo's always looking for people to show some love to respect, and to respect him. All the respect due to Mike Perillo. And on the other hand, you got the prophet of purgatory. You got a man who's not shy to come in and take a few souls. Perillo looked like he's sleeping. You better wake up. You don't want to sleep on this guy right here.
And his opponent, the prophet of purgatory, Mr. Judgment!
And another DBW star. Perhaps the best that DBW has to offer. He's a DBW original. He is somebody that started that company and has been there ever since, tearing it up, beating people down. And he doesn't have many fans, but he does have respect. He is very intimidating. He is large. He is agile. He is strong. And he is very cerebral.
Sunday, the day of our Lord.
Pardon the pun, but Mike Perillo might have a lot on his plate tonight. Mr. Judgment, one of the top names. When you think of backyard wrestling, he's one of the first people that come to mind. Look at the size difference between Mr. Judgment and Goldface. Goldface gonna have a hard time keeping the peace. He'll do his best though. Goldface ain't gonna shy away. He'll keep it clean. He's letting these two guys know right now. He ain't gonna tolerate none of their bullshit.
1 second.
Gotta watch that sauce.
Bill! Sauce! Bill! Sauce! Bill! Sauce! Bill! Sauce!
And we're about to get what we all showed up here to see today as they lock up. And Judgment taking the quick control with the hammerlock into the headlock. Mr. Judgment with the clear size advantage. As in most of his fights, Mr. Judgment is usually the larger of his competitors. And he uses that size to his advantage to wear down, wear away his opponents. But you can't give a guy like Mike Perillo an opening like that, because Mike Perillo will not stay down until he's dead. But again, oh my God, a big kick in Saguri right to the side of the head. And Mike Perillo looked like he just got hit with a Tyson knockout punch. Judgment now, got him in that hold, raking his nose, his eyes, wearing at the back of Mike Perillo. Mike Perillo, goddamn. He might regret showing up today. He might have wanted to just stay in that damn bathroom. That's not the type of guy he is, though. He will fight till the very last drop of sauce. It may not always be wise, might not have been wise here today, but Mike Perillo still will continue to fight. Big clothesline out of the corner by Mike Perillo. And now Mike Perillo's got Judgment on his knees. Judgment trying to work his way up in the corner with the assistance of the ropes. And now Perillo with the gut. With the kick to the gut. And then a big spinning neck breaker. But a quick, very quick kick out by Mr. Judgment. After this spinning neck breaker. Beautiful maneuver by Mike Perillo. Stirring the sauce. And now Perillo.
Going around 3.
letting him get back up to his feet. Not sure how wise this is. You gotta stay on a guy like Mr. Judgment, and that is why, right there, Mr. Judgment hitting the Judgment Slam, just like that. And that is why you want to stay on your opponents. You don't want to get any opening, because with one little mistake in a match against a guy like Mr. Judgment is all it will take.
As your king, but as your lord.
And Mr. Judgment will be moving on in the King of the Yard 2 tournament on to round 3 after a big Judgment Slam to the boss of the sauce, Mike Perillo. And can we be possibly looking at the next King of the Yard? Look at him grabbing that sauce. The disrespect and holding it like the Undertaker's urn. What a bastard this is. Disgraceful, despicable. And he hits the camera. We'll see if anybody can muster up the strength to send Mr. Judgment packing. And he is looking good so far. The Hellhound, Zach Romig, will be going one-on-one with the S-Tier and UW's David Lowell. And that will begin right now. We saw a little bit of a different attitude in round 1 out of this man right here, the Hellhound, Zach Romig. He's usually a pretty happy-go-lucky type of guy, but he knows what's on the line. He knows what's going down in the King of the Yard 2 tournament, and he's felt overlooked, disrespected. He's looking to change all that with a victory here today. Moving on against David Lowell would perhaps be the greatest victory he could possibly obtain in his career so far. Everybody's always respected Hellhound. They always thought he was a great competitor. He always shows up. He's one of the smaller guys, but he has no problem, no matter who you are, how big you are, taking you on toe-to-toe. And that's something you gotta respect in a competitor. You gotta love that heart. But we will see with this new change in Hellhound's attitude. We will see where it goes, what it leads to. He's focused, you gotta say that. The man is focused. And he needs to be going up against this NUW original. He goes by the S-Tier for a reason. He is David Lowell, coming off a big first round win against Devin James, who took it to the limit. And David Lowell, definitely one of the top tier. That's why they call him the S-Tier, damn it. He's definitely one of the top guys in backyard wrestling. And he will look to prove it today. Both these men looking to prove why they belong in round 3. Both these guys top-notch wrestlers. They got the skill, the ability, and the strikes by David Lowell while keeping in that wrist lock, keeping the pressure, but Hellhound with a series of counters and then that arm drag. Beautiful by Zach the Hellhound Romig. And this new change in attitude perhaps could lead to an increase of intensity by Zach Romig. And with a little bit more intensity to make up for his lack of size, he might just be going big places here in backyard wrestling. But a big kick, oh my good God, shot right to the nose. The arm wringer, followed by a big super kick right to the face of Romig. Check this out again. Kipping up David Lowell, locking in that arm wringer, and then kicking him in that face. That houndish looking face of Zach Romig. And Romig looking to test his strength here. These two guys, perhaps David a little bit larger in size, but they're around the same size. They're both about the same speed. And then you see Zach Romig going off the rope and then hitting a big arm drag. Beautiful maneuver by Zach Romig. And that is why he's in the King of the Yard tournament. He is one of the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Screw Bret Hart. Zach Romig now working on the arm, on the back. Locking in that front face lock. Zach Romig is a technician in every sense of the word. I've been told he watches Chris Benoit videos on loop. See, we could say Chris Benoit here at NUW. But now David Lowell fighting back, fighting up to his feet, and hitting a Northern Lights suplex with the bridge. Beautiful bridge, but not enough. And even with that hurt back, I'm not sure if that was a wise idea. He did it anyway. He was able to pull it off, but I'm sure it was painful. Hellhound's been going to work on that back this entire matchup. And then that big forearm right to the face. A Hellhound in the corner and throwing him down. Can he get that cover? Can he get the win? No. Romig stays alive. And both these guys been going at it full force. David's holding his back. Hellhound's holding his face. Both these guys feeling the brunt of each other's attacks. And Hellhound running at Lowell, but Lowell sending him up and over to the outside. And Hellhound is wobbling. He's dazed. He just got caught in the neck with a big boot. And now Lowell, springboard, and then coming off top. Beautiful cross body by David Lowell. Taking out Zach Romig. And these people here at the NUW Slaughterhouse are fired up.
Slap that man in the chest.
It is raining, it is cold, but David Lowell and Zach Romig are bringing the heat. And Zach Romig able to continue in this matchup, able to keep the fight going. Check this out again, coming up out of the sky like a hawk coming down on his prey, David Lowell. And now, look, Romig is swinging wildly. He doesn't know what's going on. He turns around, and he's caught with a big crash bomber right in the face, knocking his jaw sideways. And if Lowell can get the pin, can make the cover, he's got it. But Romig with the wherewithal to grab that bottom rope. And Lowell is in disbelief. He thought that would be it. We'll show you again how this took place. First, the crossbody on the outside. Then, the crash bomber right to the jaw. Right to the damn jaw. And Romig might not know where he is. He had the wherewithal to grab the rope. But that might have been all it took. But now, the back body drop. Just as you count, Romig out. Romig with the reversal, sending Lowell over to the outside. Lowell is dazed. Romig bouncing off the ropes and coming out with a big suicide dive. Right to the face of David Lowell. And now sending him back inside the ring. A club, the shot to the back, and now picking him up. And now he's looking for the straight to hell. Romig with a straight to hell on David Lowell. This could be the biggest upset Johnny Johnson's ever called. But no, the match will continue. David the Whale getting his shoulder up after a straight to hell. The finisher of Zach Romig that put so many people away. And now, you can't recommend this. Zach Romig going up in the face of Goldface. And David the Whale able to small package. He got the small package, but Romig able to kick out. And the Whale kicking a super kick right in his face. Right in his face, giving him no time to turn around. David the Whale was on it, stalking him like his prey, like a cheetah, like a panther, and now he's got him up. And now that cradle drop by David the Whale, and that is it. David the Whale will be moving on to round 3 of the King of the Yard 2 tournament after a mega event type of matchup. Zach Romig, you gotta respect it. You gotta love the heart and the fight from this guy. But David the Whale, he's the S tier for a reason, because he'll hit you with a move like this and then put you away. And the Whale with the respect, showing the respect with the fist bump to Zach Romig.
Round 3.
Both these guys going to war. The Whale showing the effects. Will he be effective with that back going into round 3? We will see. Straight out of the Leonard Skinner trailer park, Dirty Decicco has shown up to go one-on-one with the icon from WCF, Chazz Evans. And straight from the Leonard Skinner trailer park, straight from the UWE, and straight from the history books, when you look up all the legends of backyard wrestling, this, ladies and gentlemen, is Dirty Decicco. And after pretty much sending nails back to the graveyard of BYW competitors in a body bag on a stretcher, Dirty Decicco is in round 2, and he's going up against somebody who made a huge impression in round 1. Dirty Decicco is a legend for a reason. He's been doing it for so many years, taking out so many big name, top level competitors. We will see what Dirty has in the tank here today. And in his first round matchup against Joseph Anthony, it was competitive, it was hard hitting, it broke the Richter scale, and a lot of guys have been calling it the match of the tournament so far. But the icon, Chazz Evans, is here today, and he is intense, he is looking to make his mark continue. He's looking to continue to make his mark, make his impression be felt by all the people watching this tournament and all the people taking part in this tournament. Chazz Evans, he has the speed, he has the quickness. Dirty Decicco, he has the size, he has the strength. This will be a classic type of matchup with two men with two different skill sets pitted against one another. And you see right then and there the quickness shown by Chazz Evans. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta use your speed. You gotta use your quickness, your agility to take down the mountain of a man that is Dirty Decicco. You can keep doing that. You can break him down to his knees. You can chop this big tree trunk of a man down. Work on his legs. Brilliant strategy so far by the icon. This is what you gotta do. This man has done his homework going into it. You ain't gonna expect to get the pinfall just like that against a man like Dirty Decicco, but the strategy has been sound so far. But Dirty Decicco, with that size and that strength, that's all it takes sometimes. And Dirty Decicco setting him off the rope, and again with a massive shoulder tackle, sending him flying. Chazz Evans might not know what the hell just hit him, and a big gut punch. Another gut punch. The viciousness, the power behind those strikes. And Dirty Decicco setting him sideways. Flipping around, flopping. And he might be out cold, Deontay Wilder style. Wilder's got nothing on the strikes of Dirty Decicco. Dirty Decicco, one of the best, strongest big men in the history of the game. And he will make you throw up your damn lunch. He's going to work on those guts, the rib cage of Chazz Evans. Trying to burst his spleen. And now dropping more vicious elbows right on the sternum, right on the rib cage. You bust a man's spleen, he ain't gonna be competitive, I guarantee that. And now Evans trying to do whatever he can to knock Dirty Decicco off his feet with the big splashes. And now, the Swole Tribe is apparently at the slaughterhouse. Evans, oh my God! Just as Evans was getting some momentum, Dirty Decicco. Dirty goddamn Decicco. And now back, Evans, able to lock in. He's got it. He's got it. That Hell's Gate type of maneuver. That triangle choke. Dirty Decicco able to get his feet on the bottom rope. And that's the benefit of being so damn big. Dirty Decicco pretty much can get that rope wherever he is. And now he's got him in that wrist lock with full control. He's got total control of him. And he's going up. He's walking that rope. And then coming down with the old school. A little old school from the new school. Chazz Evans. And now Evans looking, springboarded up, and then hitting that big forearm right to the head. Then followed it up with a flip, and then an elbow. A brilliant combination, but it will not be enough. Evans doesn't know what he has to hit him with. But he will keep trying. Look at this, coming off, hitting Dirty Decicco right in the side of the head. Right in his ear. And now Evans, sizing him up. Stomping his foot, looking for a super kick, but Decicco moving out of the way and hitting a big spear. A huge spear, very impactful spear, but too close to the rope. Evans was actually speared into the ropes and able to get his hand to break up that pinfall on the bottom rope. And Decicco, he looks mad, he looks angry, he thought that was gonna be it. And now he's going to work on that leg. You take out the leg of Chazz Evans, and he ain't going to be able to move around. He ain't going to be as agile. Dirty Decicco will just wear away at you. And now Decicco got him looking for a suplex and dropping him down on his back, driving all the air out of his lungs. And now going for the cover, Dirty Decicco. Dirty Decicco starting to look a little frustrated. He's hitting Evans with anything he could think of. And Evans able to break some space and hit a big super kick to the jaw of Dirty Decicco. And now Evans trying to will these people at the slaughterhouse behind him. Dirty Decicco is down on the outside. Dirty Decicco trying to make his way back up to his feet, but Chazz Evans coming out of nowhere with the suicide dive. And Evans is fired up. All the people here today at the slaughterhouse are fired up. And Decicco is down. Check this out. Chazz Evans flying out through the middle rope, through the top rope with the suicide dive. And now Evans back live. He is up on the top rope and coming off the top with a crossbody right down on Dirty Decicco. The masterful Chazz the Icons Evans. He will hit you with so many different types of maneuvers. He did it against Joseph Anthony, and now he's doing it against a legend like Dirty Decicco. Dirty Decicco will keep fighting, and he will hit you with a clothesline that will knock your damn head to the next yard. He will hit you so hard you might not wake up to the next King of the Yard tournament. And now Decicco back in full control. Back where he wants to be. And now picking him up. He's got him up in that torture rack. And the back of the Icon has got to be in so much pain. It's got to be on fire right now. The new fire, Ustalo. And now dropping him down. God almighty. The impact from the shoulder blades being driven into the back of Chazz Evans. He is trying to fight, but he just has nothing left in the tank. Dirty Decicco has just worn this man down. And the only thing he can do, the smartest thing he can do, is get his hand on that bottom rope. He saw it. It was right in front of him. And he might not have had any energy left to do anything but that. But now he's got him down, out of nowhere. He's trying to break him down, and he's got that arm. He's trying to lock something into that arm. And now he's got it. He's got it. He's bending that arm back. He's bending it back. And Dirty Decicco, who has a history of shoulder problems, he might get his arm ripped right out of the socket by Chazz Evans. And Evans letting it go. Perhaps he thought Goldface had called for the bell, had said that he tapped out. But Evans now has to stay on the attack. You can't let this big man get back to his feet. You've seen the results of Perillo on Judgment. You cannot let a man this size get back up to his feet. And Chazz Evans doing a good job of doing that and protecting himself with that super kick. And now dragging him into the middle of the ring. Very smart. And locking that arm submission back in. Very smart by Chazz Evans, and he might have him right here. Decicco is so far. He's stretching, he's trying, and he's able to get his foot on that rope. And again, the size of Dirty Decicco playing a big factor in this matchup. When doesn't it? But in this one especially. And then a big kick to the back of the head. And a second kick right to the back of the head. Chazz Evans is looking. He's trying to think of what he can do to finally put this man away. But Decicco from his knees with the chop and then the sixth shot. The sixth shot out of nowhere by Dirty Decicco. Bad shoulder and all. Rolling him over. Rolling Chazz Evans over. And Chazz Evans able to kick out of the sixth shot. The sixth shot which had put so many men away. And Dirty Decicco might have to be thinking, what the hell is he gonna do? What more does he have to do? Does he have to Bill Cosby that sixth shot? Does he have to put this man to sleep for good? They are going shot for shot in the center of the ring. Which man will gain the upper hand? The headbutt by the Icon. Dirty Decicco is looking dazed, but he's fighting back. and so is Chazz Evans. Evans swinging punches. Decicco with an uppercut, an elbow by Evans. Both these men toe to toe. Who is gonna drop first? Who will drop first? And they both at the same time simultaneously punch each other's lights out. The fight, the passion, both these men willing to go to their graves to support their need, their desire to succeed in backyard wrestling, to become the king of the yard too, to advance until round 3. They are both trying to make their way to their feet. They are semi-conscious. Evans keeping up. And now with a flurry of strikes, the kicks in the corner, and Evans with a big knee following it up. Big knee by Evans, and a big spinning neck breaker right here. Evans springboarding off that bottom rope and dropping the knee right on the face, but still, it will not be enough to put away Dirty Decicco. Dirty Decicco. Anything that is being sent his way in this matchup, he is kicking out from. He is resilient. He is one of the strongest competitors you will ever see. And now looking for a cutter was Evans, and a big boot to the gut by Dirty Decicco, sending Evans to his back. Dirty Decicco, just when you're about to count him out, he's got him up, powering him up, and then dropping him down with a jackknife powerbomb. And Evans looking lifeless right now. He looks like he got nothing left. And going for a splash was Decicco, but Evans rolling out of the way, and now he's got that submission locked back in. He has got the submission locked in, and the anguish on the face of Dirty Decicco, who's turning bright red. He may tap at any second. Look how far back. That submission is locked in. And Decicco trying to fight, trying to power through the submission, and he's got that bottom rope. He grabs the bottom rope. Dirty Decicco with the power and the strength to be able to force his arm back in the other direction and grab that rope. Good Lord Almighty, the strength. That is a scary type of strength. And Evans now back up, springboarding, but caught with a spear out of midair by Dirty Decicco. Out of mid-freaking air. And Dirty Decicco will advance after one of the most hard-hitting matchups in round 2 in this entire tournament. The spear out of mid-air, catching Chazz the Icon's Evans. And you gotta respect the icon from the WCF, Chazz Evans. He put on 2 of the best performances in this entire tournament. And he will be going home. But he will not be going home with his head held low. He can hold his head up high, as can this man, who will be moving on to the 3rd round of the King of the Yard tournament, Dirty Decicco. The WCF Champion, Damien, the mother effing supervillain Fatale, will take on the NUW Champion, Shadow Graham. He is the man, he is the myth, and he is the legend. He is the mother effing supervillain, Damien Fatale. He is the WCF Champion. And he picked up a huge win, not only in the qualifying rounds, but round 1. He is a menacing presence. And he has not only got the looks, but he has the hardware to back it up. Got NFG written on his shirt. And Johnny's trying to turn over a new leaf, not curse all the time, not say the F-bomb all the time. But you don't gotta be a genius to figure out what NFG stands for. And it reflects on his attitude. But this is champion versus champion. And it wouldn't be fitting to have the WCF champion out here and not be joined by the NUW champion, Shadowgram. Shadowgram picking up a big win against the legend Scorpion the Assassin with that deadly stare. These two men staring a hole through the back of each other's eyes. And Goldface, he's got his work cut out for him in this one, trying to keep the peace between these two brawlers. Both these guys clearly on top of their game. And we will see which one of these two champions will be moving on in the King of the Yard tournament. This is gonna be intense. Kurt Angle levels of intensity. And we hope to see some integrity. The feeling, the vibe is in the air right now. Everybody can feel it at the slaughterhouse. This is gonna be a matchup. Two worlds colliding. Shadowgram, Damien, Fatale in the feeling out process. They're both trying to test each other out, see if there's any weaknesses, any chinks in the armor. You know, any little weakness can be used to the advantage of one of these men to put the other away. Any little thing. Shadowgram has that headlock deep in, and now Fatale setting him off the ropes, but Shadowgram, the mass of Shadowgram, able to knock Fatale silly, and I think he's just trying to compose himself. He don't know what the hell just hit him. He don't got any Shadowgrams down in WCF. And Fatale gotta be careful. He wants to get back in the ring. He don't want to get disqualified.
Yes, sir.
And the deathly stare, those eyes of Shadowgram. They are frightening. They'll send a shiver down your damn spine. And Fatale, with that gut kick, perhaps somebody would call it cheap. Not me. I say it's effective, it's good strategy, and it's led to Damien Fatale getting the upper hand now. Stomping Shadowgram out in the corner. And Damien Fatale with that boot to the trachea. And Damien Fatale, if you were unaware, you gotta go check out WCF. He has represented his company very well so far in this tournament. He's wearing down at the arm. He's gotta break that. It's an illegal hold using the rope like that, but it is effective. Even for just 5 seconds, it can do so much damn damage. And now with that shoulder, a Shadowgram. But Shadow will not accept having an elbow driven into his shoulder. He will attack you and mess up your leg. Shadowgram knows how to pick apart the extremities. He knows how to pick a man and make him his bitch. And now just setting him face first off that pole. Shadowgram back in full control. It ain't half, it's full, goddammit. And Shadowgram dropping a big knee to the face of Fatale. Fatale is a fighter. He don't get to the type of levels in his career that he's gotten to by not being a fighter. Shadowgram, though, right now is just wearing down the WCF Champion Damien Fatale, but Fatale is not gonna go out just like that. Not from a suplex. It's gonna take a lot more than a suplex. But a big knife edge chop, that'll do the trick. Shadowgram got some of the hardest chops. Ric Flair would say, woo! Now in the corner, Shadowgram just continuing this beatdown.
He said, "Give another one."
Fatale's gonna have to check his damn chest after this. And then he might have to check his damn chin too. Make sure it's still there. He's saying bring it. Fatale's saying bring it. He wants more. Don't know how wise that is. Shadowgram, you don't gotta ask him twice. Now Fatale is down in that corner. Shadowgram off the rope with a big knee right to the face of Fatale. Fatale might be done. I don't know how any man could survive such a devastating impact.
NUW Undisputed Champion.
The knee just full force like a locomotive right at your face. And now Fatale, finally, out of desperation, jacking that jaw, breaking the chin, and now going on the attack, a Shadowgram. Fatale has all the moves. He knows how to use them, how to utilize his ability, and now hitting a giant famouser out of nowhere. Just jumping up with ease, coming down on Shadowgram's head. The afro doesn't give much protection. It ain't like a helmet. Fatale up on that middle rope, stirring Shadowgram to his feet, and now the overcastle. Beautiful overcastle by Damien Fatale. You're gonna have to pull all the tricks out of the hat.
When he was back in his 20s running overcastle. I haven't seen that since Ric Flair was.
Beautiful overcastle. Nobody does it better than Damien Fatale. Fatale, he's gonna have to continue to stay on the attack, on the assault of Shadowgram. You don't want to give Shadowgram any time to breathe if you want to be successful against him. It's gonna be hard to breathe when you got blood coming out of your nose. Damien Fatale might have just broken Shadow Grim's face. And again with a big headbutt right to the face of Shadow Grim. Might have affected Fatale just a little bit, but Fatale dropping him with a DDT. Shadow Grim taking the abuse, the brunt of it to his head, as you see again the DDT, huge DDT by Damien Fatale. And now Fatale looking for something. Perhaps looking to put Shadow Grim away and out of this tournament. Shadow turning around, and he's hit with a big spear by Fatale. But Shadow Grim getting his shoulder up, staying in this matchup. Everyone who watches NUW knows the heart that Shadow Grim possesses. And he is up against that mother effing supervillain. But Shadow Grim is like a superhero to all of us here at NUW. Fatale now back in the corner. Shadow Grim ducking the clothesline and hitting a big enziguri right to the face. A huge enziguri. And this could be the opening that Shadow Grim has desired from the beginning of this matchup. And it will not be enough. Not yet. Shadow Grim gonna have to put a lot more work in. He hit that flush clean to the face. You gotta start wondering in your head, what do you gotta do after a man kicks out of getting kicked right square smack dab in the face? You gotta wonder what you gotta do to put him away. And now Shadow Grim might be going for it, might be looking for it. He's got him up on the top rope. And now down with a cutter. A big cutter from the top rope. And Fatale able to grab the rope. Fatale just able to grab that bottom rope at the last second. And Shadow Grim staying on him with kicks to the midsection, to the ribs.
He's letting these two behemoths of their respective fans go at it.
And now Shadow Grim looking for a suplex. And he's got him up on the rope and dropping him down with a spinning neck breaker. Beautiful spinning neck breaker. And with a fingertip. A single fingertip. Damien Fatale stays in this tournament after a brutal spinning neck breaker from the top rope. And what will Shadow Grim have to do?
And then this is awesome champ trying to start through. Everyone is in such awe that these two.
A big uppercut.
Giving it their all.
Irish whip off the rope. Fatale ducking it and hitting a huge boot to the face. Good God Almighty.
Side shield in his face. Ladies and gentlemen.
Fatale is sitting up, I'm not sure. Good God. He just kicked Shadow Grim's face into the next county. I don't know if he'll ever be able to get up or recover from that kick.
Damien Fatale, Shadow Grim, champion versus champion. Damien Fatale here in
And now both men trying to make their way to their feet.
New York.
Fatale grabbing Goldface, bringing Goldface into the ring. I don't know what Fatale's thinking he's doing, and he pulls Goldface in the way of Shadow Grim. He hits a low blow, and now he hits the NFG. The NFG by Damien Fatale pulls Gold Base into the ring, but Shadow Grim able to kick out. Shadow Grim, after all the dirtiness and shystiness from Damien Fatale, he is able to get his shoulder up. But now he is stirring, he's lurking, he's stalking Shadow Grim. And I'm not sure Shadow Grim knows what's behind him. Fatale. He hits another NFG. A second NFG to Shadow Grim. And Damien Fatale picks up the win over Shadow Grim. Damien Fatale will be moving on to the round 3 of the King of the Yard tournament. After not 1, but 2 NFGs and a little bit of shystiness sprinkled in, Damien Fatale is victorious. And he has looked good in each match so far. All 3 of them, he has been dominant. And we will see going forward. Can Damien Fatale keep this up? And will he become the King of the Yard? What an incredible matchup. What an incredible round 2 of the King of the Yard 2 tournament. But ladies and gentlemen, next week, Thursday night, 7 p.m., we will be coming at you with the conclusion of the King of the Yard 2 tournament. It will be round 3. It will be the semifinals, and it will be the final round matchup. And so far we know, for round 3, we got 4 big-time matchups. And of course, we will see the King of the Mountain, Navon McDonald, who is back in this tournament, who finally picked up a victory at the King of the Yard. And he will be going one-on-one with a man with a ton of momentum, Dirty Decicco. And we will see the NUW Continental Champion, the Darkside, going one-on-one against BWE's Zach Cobalt, who picked up 2 big-time wins in round 1, day 1, to make it all the way to round 3. And both these guys, they got a lot to prove, they got a lot on the line, and we will see who is victorious. Victor VanPelt from KWA will be going one-on-one with the S-Tier NUW's David Lowell in a highly anticipated matchup between 2 of the best. You got the best strikers, the best high flyers, the best technicians in this one matchup. And we will see who will advance to the Final 4. And as you just saw, picking up a huge win over Shadow Grim, it will be the WCF Champion, the mother effing super villain, Damien Fatale, going one-on-one with a giant of a man, a prophet of purgatory, DBW's Mr. Judgment. And we will see who will be moving on to the Final 4 in all those matchups, and who will advance to the Final 2, and who from there will become the King of the Yard 2. And you will see it all go down. You will see it all culminate right here, next Thursday, 7 p.m., only on the NUW YouTube channel. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I am Johnny Johnson. We will see you next week.